I'm not surprising because you're like you come from that like street life. You ain't really thinking about investments and stuff until you start falling off for the most part because you make more money outside of hip hop than you do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with these 360 deals, you definitely not making that much money with inside of hip hop unless you own your master. So you like Chameleonaire. Chameleonaire made what 2, 3 songs, but he made so much money off the tech industry being, being one of the first investors in that. And he's like a multimillionaire.
Mm-hmm. No more music.
Yeah, made 2
Exactly.
songs.
You see me rolling. Was on like one feature. That's it.
Exactly.
Hey, man, get your name out there and go somewhere else, run with it. Yeah, man, I got. We're Ross talking about how he has like 100 cars. Yeah, people.
3, 2, 1.
You get all this energy from.
Happy New Year, Podster!
Happy New
Welcome
Year.
back to Pod Ties, episode 32. We're in the year
Shaq,
2021.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Goodbye 2020. Hello 2021.
Let's
New
go.
year, new me.
I haven't seen you guys since last year.
Oh, you beat me to it. Dang.
Okay, keep that joke back in 2015.
How do you guys feel about it being the new year? Kyron, you have any New Year's resolutions?
Just to try to eat healthier, trying to get more swole, going to the gym 3 times a week. Then it's gonna bump up to 5. So I'm on my meal plan stuff. I'm
3
on
to
meal plan
5?
status now. Yeah,
Boy,
man.
KD. Jeff?
5. Hey man, 2021, 2020, we all can agree that it was trash.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the new year. See what we can get popping.
Facts.
Wait a minute. Do my glasses say 2021 or 202 exclamation point?
No, that's like 202 exclamation point.
Just say 2020 exclamation.
I'm celebrating 2020.
You made
It's a-
2020 again?
Nah, it's carved out into a 1. Barely.
Barely.
Oh, okay. I see it. Yeah, you're right.
It's actually at the top.
Yeah. Albert, what about you? What'll be different this year?
We're gonna hit 1,000 subscribers. That's for sure.
Facts.
I like that.
1,000.
For
Or
me,
like 10,000.
Oh,
hot take. For me, just getting more peace this year. I'm not making any plans this year. I'm just gonna let God take it where I need to be. Because last year I made all the plans I wanted, and all of them failed. So I'm just gonna go with the flow.
I feel that.
Yeah, go with the flow. Get a little meta world in there.
Well, for me, I'm with you, Albert. I completely understand that. After 2020, we realized that you can plan all you want, but when external factors take over, there's nothing that you can really do. But it definitely taught me to enjoy life and try to be in the present and not focus too much on the future or harp on the past. But excited for this year. Very excited. I think we missed out on so much last year that there's a lot to look forward to this year. So I'm happy about that. Now, Podsters, let me introduce myself because I don't think I did. I am 1/4 of Pod Ties, Dylan, and these are my brothers / co-hosts, Jeff, Drip Jeff in the building. Albert. Oh, I like ate the mic. Albert.
Albert.
The original. And last but not least, the one, the only, Kyron
Yes, sir.
and his Go Yeti.
Yeah, and it works today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't hear myself talk.
Let's go. Those 2 hours of our life were not in vain.
It was because I didn't figure it out till after.
Oh.
First, I want to give a huge shout out to our returning viewers and listeners. Thank you for keeping them ties strong. We know that you're going to hold it down this year as well for 2021. And if this is your first time, thank you for joining the ties. And let's get to it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's start off the year strong.
Let's pod.
Albert, it's been a weird year for collegiate sports, especially college football. A lot of postponements, cancellations, even bowl games have been canceled. But other than that, it's still been entertaining. Some surprising teams that we just knew would make it and they didn't disappoint. So it's been a good year for the most part, besides the, COVID messing up a few things, but we haven't crowned a Heisman winner yet. So we need to figure out who's deserving of this award. So, Albert, if you were in this committee, who would you choose? Who would you advocate for?
Choose wisely.
Woo. I mean, we have some great finalists this year. You got Alabama quarterback Mac Jones. He had a great year this year. Devontae Smith, also from the Clemson Tide, representing them.
I thought you said Clemson. I was like, what?
Yeah, I was like, well, hold on.
No. Crimson Tide.
Crimson. Gotcha.
Yes. And we also have Trevor Lawrence and Kyle Trask. Now, for me.
Hey, wait a minute. Did you say Justin Fields?
No, I didn't say it.
Come on, man. Don't be disrespectful. You want to start this podcast? You want to start out the year already beefing? We're supposed to leave that last year. Why didn't you acknowledge that man? I know you see him over there. He has the best Heisman pose on this graphic.
Well,
yeah, that's right. Speechless. Jeff, take over.
For me,
all right, we're gonna leave you. Go back to Albert.
He's not in my top 4, I guess. I mean, okay, I will put him at number 4 and then put Trask at number 5. But for me, the pick is, unanimous for me. It's obviously Trevor Lawrence.
I think it'll be unanimous. You're one person.
Hell yeah.
I'm just saying when the Heisman when committee select, it's going to be unanimous.
What size of his brain? Left side. I'm gonna go with Trevor. Oh, all right side. I'm gonna go with Trevor too.
He joins Deshaun Watson as the only Clemson players to ever be named as a finalist since the Heisman Trust began in 1982. Obviously, Deshaun didn't win it, so it's time for Clemson to finally get their just due and give this man Trevor Lawrence the Heisman. He's a junior this year. He threw for 2,753 yards and 22 passing touchdowns against 4 interceptions in 9 games while adding 7 rushing touchdowns. He missed 2 games due to COVID-19, and that's still impressive numbers. So I don't see how anybody else chooses this differently.
Okay. Kyron, what about you?
So
don't pick anybody from Oklahoma.
So we all know that this is a quarterback award, right? Quarterback,
always.
majority of the time.
Yeah. Or running back.
So my first pick will be Trevor Lawrence.
Let's go.
But I wanted to go with Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
But I will argue that people's going to argue, the committee is going to argue that he gets his numbers because of Mac Jones, who is on the, quarterback receiving end. And vice versa. So they're not going to pick Mac Jones either. That's what I think. So that's why I think Trevor Lawrence is going to get it.
Let's go.
And he has the popularity to go along with that as well. So it's like bound to happen.
Let's go.
You do have a good point there. The fact that you have two guys that could. Are all these guys Heisman finalists, all six of them, or is it only four?
I thought it was only 4. Fields wasn't on my list.
Okay, so Fields
says-
probably Ian Book. Was it Book or Brook? Ian Book is probably not one of the finalists. So it's probably Trevor Lawrence, Devontae Smith, Mac Jones, and Kyle Trask.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's,
All right, well-
that's why I thanked him at first.
Now back to Kyron's point about Devontae Smith. You say that he's had a hell of a year that he should win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though we know in recent memory this is an award that is usually given to a quarterback, but he's had one of those years where you're like, man, we should really sit down and think about giving it to someone that's not in the quarterback position, because he's the best wide receiver in the nation, and it's not even close. But your other point was that when you have Mac Jones, who he's also had a great year, and we're not used to Alabama quarterbacks slinging it like he does. There's been some great Alabama quarterbacks, but this guy, he's really good. So to have two finalists from the same team, it kind of cancels each other out, kind of like AD and LeBron when you think about it. When you have
You don't
two
think
top
Tua's a
five
gunslinger?
teams. Tua?
Yeah.
I guess you could say he was. I actually forgot about him. I was thinking more like Jalen Hurts, or I think they had a guy on the team named McElroy or something like that back in the day. They had a few guys named Mech, but their names started with Mech. I can't think of their names right now. But yeah, Tua was kind of a slinger. He threw deep passes every once in a while. But I still think that Mac Jones, he probably slings it more than Tua. What you think?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think he can because of the weapons he has. When you have someone like Devontae Smith and the other guy on the other side of the field, I think his name is Mechie. And then they had Wallen before he got injured. So you have all these weapons, so it's a little easier to just kind of let the ball go unconsciously and not have to worry about turnovers. But back to what I was saying, I think it's kind of like LeBron and AD. When you have two guys that are top 5 in their league, it's kind of hard to give them first place votes when they can just rely on each other. When you have, Batman, you have Robin. So I can see Kyron's point about that. But I think Devontae Smith, I don't know, man. I would have to give it to him.
I want to.
Yeah, he's definitely my runner-up.
Because not only does he catch everything that comes his way, like usually his receptions match his targets.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't drop the ball often. And then when he does get the ball, it's hard to wrap him up and tackle him. He gets a lot of yards after catch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had some spectacular plays. So I would probably go with Devontae Smith, since for some reason they don't want to include Justin Fields in this. Because we all know who the real Heisman is Justin Fields, Albert.
It's
And
not
you will
for
see.
some reason.
You will see during the semifinals of the CFP in New Orleans.
You can't be qualified if you only played 3 games.
Have you been recruited by Dabo Sweeney? You sound just like him. You try to make sure you don't mess up a scholarship because he's been everywhere. I've been seeing him on Sports Center. There's nothing. There's nothing personal. It's not directed towards Ohio State. I just don't think if you've played 9 games, you shouldn't be in the top 10. So that's why I have him in the 11th spot. But it's like all you talk about is Ohio State. Who else are you talking about? There's nobody else that has played the same amount of games that Ohio State has played and is in the position that they're in. So it's definitely a personal attack, like a shot at them. But that's all right. Your day coming. His day is coming. And your day is coming too, Albert. Jeff, go ahead.
Trevor Lawrence.
All right, moving on. Why Trevor Lawrence?
Man, bro, he's been the number 1 draft pick since he stepped foot in North Carolina. Like, it's GG, man. I'm surprised he hasn't won a Heisman already. Well, actually, yeah, it's time for him to win it. Go ahead and give it to him. This man's too cold.
I wouldn't be mad if you won it though, because it really is hard. As much as I'm over here capping, trying to give Albert a hard time, it's really hard to make a case because you see how valuable he is. Yep. It's like saying, like if he was a basketball player, it would be really hard to say he's not the most valuable player because they were a totally different team when they faced the Fighting Irish that first game when he was out due to COVID. Then he comes back in that ACC championship game in Notre Dame. I was like, where's their starting quarterback? Are they missing somebody, a key player? Because they were not prepared for this game. I mean, he did it with his arm. He ran the ball. It was hard to take him down too because he's a big boy. Mm-hmm. And he's not like fast. He's not Kyler Murray, but once he gets into the open field, he got enough wheels on him that he can get some yards, and next thing you know, he has like 20, 30-yard run out of nowhere. So he's dangerous, but I have to give it to Devontae Smith. You look at all the past recipients of this award, and it's just like, it's too many quarterbacks. After a while, it gets kind of lazy. It's like, you have to kind of like just do something else for once. I understand it's Trevor Lawrence.
They can do that next year.
Yeah, I understand it's Trevor Lawrence. It's probably his last year, right?
Yeah.
He's going to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And while we're at it, you might as well give that Heisman to Vince Young.
Oh, yeah. Who had that? Was it Reggie Bush?
Mm-hmm. They robbed that man.
Derrick Henry did win in 2015, so it hasn't been that long since
it's usually just quarterbacks and running backs. That's usually what it is, quarterbacks and running backs.
Which is weird because college is such a sport where the ball is always in the air. You have 500 passing yard games.
Then they're going to say you're too relying on the QB.
Maybe that's why running backs get it sometimes, because since they don't run it as much, when you have a guy like a Derrick Henry who looks like, what is he? What did Derrick Henry even look like in college? He looked like
the same way he looks now.
just
a grown man.
Yeah, that man was a beast in Alabama.
Facts.
Who's the best running back coming out of Alabama? Is it him? Like, who's had the best NFL career? Is it him? Oh, you have Mark Ingram. Eddie Lacy didn't last too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Derrick Henry, King Henry.
Yeah, it got to be.
Jeff, who's gonna have a better career, Jalen or Tua?
Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no, it's kind of too early to tell because Jalen just barely got started his football season, but I think I have to say Tua because I like what they're doing down there in Miami. They have something nice going on in there. But
The beaches are good. Yeah, it's nice. They got good clubs.
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about as far as like their defense and their organization and their coach. That man Brian Flores, he's something else, man. Coach of the year.
He got he got benched last game though.
Yeah.
Oh, he sure did.
This Magic made an appearance.
Huh?
Yeah.
Trying to keep those playoff hopes alive. We're going to talk about this in Pick 6 because that's one of our games, Bills versus Dolphins. And
It's crazy.
I was trying to figure it out if the Bills, do they need to play their starters? Do they need, like, I think them and the Steelers have the same record.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's Bills, Dolphins, and what? It's two other teams. One of those teams they say is not going to make it. So they pretty much have to play.
the Bills don't have to play to make it to the playoffs. I'm wondering if they need to play to get a higher seeding.
I don't know.
They're like 12-3 right now, so they're definitely comfortable. They don't have to worry about getting a playoff spot. I think it's the Dolphins, Browns, Colts, Titans. I think those are the four, and Ravens. So it's like 5.
Yeah, I know the Ravens
those
are on
last
there.
2 spots. Well, all right. When did they announce the Heisman winner? January 5th. Okay.
Yeah, January 5th.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Even if it was, because they're saying it's virtual, even if it was an actual event that you went to physically, and Justin Field was one of the finalists, he wouldn't be able to go because he would be preparing for the college football national championship after he beats Clemson.
That's not happening.
Well, I'm ready. I'm so ready for that game.
Let's go!
Oh,
Let's go!
dang, son.
Jeff, who?
Jeff, what happened, man?
Life, man.
Okay.
He gonna say, "I thought I was perfect."
I thought I was in first place. Dang.
Eagles, huh? I picked the Eagles. What was I thinking? What were you thinking, Jeff? How could you? See, I knew you were still an Eagles fan deep down inside. You won't admit it, but Podsters, let me let you in on a little secret. I've been trying to expose 2 gentlemen ever since we started. One of them, I'm not going to say his name. But, Jeff, I hope you're ready because I'm exposing you. For the Eagles fan that you are. This man was an Eagles fan. He used to talk crap about the Cowboys when we were in high school, saying, "Nah, man, y'all suck. I'm an Eagles fan." Aha, aha. He used to sing the song, "Fly, Eagles, fly." And now he's talking about Cowboys. We. Just like Albert, we. When did y'all start speaking French?
Pull up the baby pick. That's all I got to say.
Heck,
That's his man. His only way to defend himself. Well, he acting like you dressed yourself.
For real.
What I'm gonna wear today? Kyron, man, what's the secret, bro? Albert, who said that Kyron would be in last place? It was Jeff because he's a hater.
It was
All right,
Albert.
yeah.
Albert said it.
Aw, it's a-
Yep.
how
Yep.
do you keep getting these good records, man? 5-1. What was your only loss? Do you know?
Washington lost to the Panthers.
Ah, yes. You pick
going.
Washington.
Washington.
You pick Washington, and you pick Washington.
Yeah.
See, I put it into the universe.
Hey, I still can't believe they lost that.
Yeah.
Man.
Come on, man. Dwayne Haskins was starting.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
McLaurin was out.
He still had the
there's
reminiscence
no
of the
way.
strip club on him.
Man.
All right,
Yeah, man.
well.
You do my
What,
research.
do y'all want to talk about any of those games that happened?
Nah.
Yeah, let's talk about the Cowboys one.
Yeah, because y'all ain't picking the Cowboys. I don't like that. That's
What
not
happened?
sitting right. They keep not picking the Cowboys, and I don't like that. That's not sitting right with my soul.
Well, you
Kyron
never
picked the
picked the
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I picked
Yes,
them.
I did. I picked the Cowboys. I picked the.
Yeah,
I've been picking.
this like the first week.
That's a lie.
I picked them.
Let's actually go in order. We don't have to stay too long on these games. The last one we can for a little while, but that Buccaneers Lions, that one was just atrocious.
That was a slaughterhouse.
And I was the person that picked the Lions. I don't know why.
Oh,
You and Tyler.
Yeah, and Tyler.
And you could have been undefeated.
Oh man, that would have been nice.
Gotta be better.
That would make me feel a lot better about my record. Giants and Ravens. That game wasn't too much either. Lamar and the Ravens, they're looking like the Ravens from last year. You think they figured it out just in time, Kyron?
the Ravens.
Yeah, you think they figured it out just in time for the playoffs, where they seem to everything seems to be working out now?
I don't think so, man. I
No.
think they already. Nope. Think the team.
What's
is
holding
just,
them back?
They're doing the same thing, man. They know what Lamar's going to do with the ball when he has it in his hands, and it's not throwing it. So I don't know, man. There is professional National Football League, man. You're professionals. Watch film. They're gonna figure you out. You can't keep doing the same thing, man.
That's true. And
That is true.
a lot of teams are getting tired and injuries and stuff, so they're playing good and like in the bad time of the season. So
Okay, but sit on this a little bit, Kyron. This wasn't one of our pick six games, but the Chiefs barely beat the Falcons.
Mm.
This has been something that's consistent with the Chiefs this year. I don't know if it's just because they're still having the Super Bowl hangover, or they just don't take their opponents very seriously. They know that they can just turn it on last minute. But if you go into the playoffs and it's a cold game and you have to rely on your running game, which the Chiefs first half of the season, they had a pretty good running game with Hilaire, but he's disappeared. And for some reason now, I don't want to doubt Patty Mahomes. That's the last thing I want to do. But if it's a cold game and you have to rely on the running game, who wins the game, the Ravens or the Chiefs?
mm.
I don't know. It's not a clear-cut winner.
I think the Chiefs still pull it
well,
out.
that kind of tells me a little bit something right there, just by your response. Not a clear-cut winner, because
Yeah.
usually we would say, okay, the Chiefs, based off of the way the Ravens have played and the fact that the Chiefs are 14-1 and they have the best record in the NFL, they would be the clear-cut favorites. But the fact that they haven't been demolishing teams with all the talent that they have, wouldn't it kind of scare you in late January when they're playing Baltimore and the passing game isn't there and you have to rely on your running offense?
Yeah, I mean, but if you're a team that can put up points in a hurry, it's like if you take it to like the basketball side of things, like the Warriors, like they take like the first 3 quarters off, and then the fourth quarter they just turn up and they get their their points in bunches. So I don't know. It's just I think it just depends on the day.
That is true. That's true. Albert, do you think the Chiefs can do that this year? Kind of to Kyron, what he just said, along those same lines, where if the Chiefs, they're down, you really don't even break a sweat because they can put up 4 touchdowns in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, I definitely think they can come back in any type of situation. They've proven time and time again, don't count them out. But after a while, the Chiefs have to look at within themselves and say, hey, do we really want to keep playing like this? Because at the end of the day, it hurts you in the long run. You're not letting your starters rest. You're not letting your backup players get some PT in. So it's not beneficial for them to keep playing like this. So they definitely got to make some adjustments and get a better start and maintain that maintain the good pressure on the opposing team's offense if they want to be the favorites, especially as far as winning the Super Bowl, because it's not guaranteed that they're going to win this year just because they've been great, thus far, and that they're Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, I don't see why you want to play from behind anyway, but it seems like they love to do that. So
It's a dangerous game. It doesn't always work.
And Patty's been playing not too good, so Aaron Rodgers might be MVP if he keeps this up.
Facts.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers is the MVP.
I
I think even the fact that I know Patty Mahomes, he's already won MVP. Neither one of them really cares, but it's nice. It's a nice award to get, right?
Yeah, I think Aaron Rodgers cares.
You think? Oh, especially this year. He has something to prove
Yeah.
with them drafting Jordan Love. You're right. But Patty Mahomes doesn't care. He wants to rest because he's not playing Week 17. So I think that's why Aaron Rodgers will, when it comes down to the sports writers, when they cast their vote, I think that they're going to think about Aaron Rodgers and the fact that he had the chip on his shoulder and he had so much to prove. He had to reprove himself. And the fact that he didn't miss any games this year, and really, I wouldn't say. I was gonna say all he has is Devontae Adams, but he has Aaron Jones too.
And Devontae Adams a beast too. He's top 3 receivers, and you end up like, come on.
I'm telling you, best quarterback wide receiver duo.
Oh, this week
I haven't changed it in a while.
What, 2 weeks?
I haven't changed it in a while. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's go to the Titans and Packers game. Jeff, how'd you feel about that game? Do you think the weather is that's just an advantage for Green Bay?
Yeah, man, they're playing that every day, man.
The tundra?
If I knew it was gonna snow that specific day, then I would have went with Green Bay. I thought it was just gonna be a regular day.
All right, Dr. Seuss.
If it was gonna be a regular day, 'cause, man, it doesn't snow in Tennessee, man. Like Tennessee's used to playing in
it definitely snows in Tennessee.
Not compared to like Wisconsin, bro.
No, but it definitely snows.
But not like Wisconsin. That's a whole different beast. That's like playing in Foxborough. Like,
yeah. I think Wisconsin may be even worse.
Yeah, because you're right there. You got Canada right there, so especially upper peninsula is bad.
Does that look fun though? It seems frustrating.
Oh, that's Michigan. Never mind.
Because it's heavy. It seems like you have to like really put a lot of force into moving around. It's not as easy. But it looked fun, like when they would slide like 10 yards because of the snow. That looks like pretty fun. Like we should play football in the snow. What y'all think? Just take a trip up to Wisconsin.
You're on your own.
Nope, definitely not.
I'll be on a sled. But bro,
cool runnings too.
Climate definitely does play big factor in all that stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
in basketball season, we played in Jesuits gym, and they had it in like
cold.
30 degrees.
Cold.
And yeah, bro, not hitting anything with cold hands in basketball.
But for the NFL, they did it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We broke out in cold hands, like actually 3, 2, 1, cold hands.
And them boys could have beaten y'all in room temperature.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Them boys they used to drain threes.
But the NFL, they got a lot of heating equipment. They got like I think the AT&T stadiums, they got like heated floors, right? Like,
oh dang, really?
Well, a lot.
Like the
they
turf?
got yeah. I'm not sure if it's right, but I would imagine if $100+ million stadium, billion-dollar stadium, that you have the equipment to heat the turf up and stuff, and so it's not as cold.
Green Bay.
AT&T Stadium is a lot more convenient to play in the wintertime than Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field, that was built before Jesus was born. Like that stadium is old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. We're gonna keep the Rams. I want to talk about that game, but we're gonna talk about them in our pick six when we decide who will win the matchup between them and Arizona. Because that's an interesting game right there.
Yeah,
But let's just finish off really quickly with the Eagles and Cowboys. Jeff, what was going through your mind during that game? Because in our private group chat, you were like, "Oh, Eagles, baby," or "Fly, Eagles, fly," something like that. Trying to rub it in our face because they were up 14-3. You feeling yourself?
I was feeling myself. See, I think I jinxed the Eagles because I was the only one that picked them for pick six. So I was on my high horse when I saw them go up 14. But I think I jinxed them because I originally had on the Cowboys jersey while I was watching the game.
As you
Make
should.
that makes sense.
This man.
Yeah, fly
Yeah.
unicorns. That's what you were talking about. I wasn't know you did.
Yeah, so I was like, let me take this off before the Cowboys started, doing something. And sure enough, they started doing so.
So they did
All that.
something when you took off the uniform, the jersey.
No, it was before. It was I took it off like right as the game started.
Oh,
Yeah,
so maybe you should have kept it on.
Yeah.
Maybe, but whatever.
Well, I'm glad you didn't keep it on. Kyron, how'd you feel? What do you think changed the momentum of the game? You think it was that second quarter where we came back and were able to go into the locker room up by 3? You think that helps any team as far as their mental state when you go into the locker room and you know that you're up?
Yeah. That's when you're down by a big margin and then you narrow the gap and then, you have time to talk on it, during halftime. You come out with the game plan and then you execute that game plan. So that's what they did.
All right, last question. Albert, Andy Dalton, is he improving each week? Does he seem like a guy that could, if the defense does their job, if all the counterparts on the offensive side play well together and they mesh, like everything just works well, or they do just enough, is he the guy? Can he like get them to the victory? Like, can he help them win the game? Like, just not saying that they have to do the bare minimum, but they don't have to like have a perfect game. But is he a guy where he can help them in the playoffs if they get there?
He has his weaknesses and strengths, but at the end of the day, he's still Andy Dalton. He's a decent quarterback. He's probably a mid quarterback and the overall as far as the quarterbacks that we have actively, but I wouldn't put my money on him. He has been improving every week because he's getting adjusted to this offense more and more. And, they're starting to trust him more and he's getting that chemistry now with the receivers. But when it comes to the playoffs, I wouldn't put my money on him. So, because you put your money on him, you think Andy Dalton's going to do something, you're going to get disappointed. And there's no point of putting like all your eggs in one basket because we know Dak is coming back next year. We know Jerry's going to pay him that money. So get something,
Franchise tag.
do something, to prove your worth for another team because he's not going to be back next year. We know that. So I think he's going to do just enough to increase his trade stock and all that. So, yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. My boy Zeke, he's been hearing all the slander that has come his way from Albert's mouth. He looked very useful. Tell me you did it. You didn't see them strides? You see them long strides? Those quick feet?
He ain't got no reason to like talk. He ain't got no reason to sit there and be like, "Oh, I don't know why people been talking crap," because he's been playing like crap.
You think watching Tony Pollard motivated him?
Oh, definitely. Most definitely. He's been hearing the rumors. He's been hearing the chitter chatter like, "Oh, Tony Pollard's gonna be the trained away and all this stuff." So I definitely think he has a chip on his shoulder now. I mean, he should. They pay you all that money. You come out, you fumble more than you have in the last 3 years combined. So he definitely, I mean, this is the story of the Cowboys. Either we start off strong and finish poorly, or we start off bad and finish strong. So
Facts.
T. Car, there go that we I was talking about. You hear that? Did you
I
peep
heard
that?
it. I peeped.
Moving on. We have pick 6 this week. Last 2 weeks, it's been different. We had all college football 1 week. This past week, we had all NFL games. This week, we have all NFL games again. But
wait, there's more.
plot twist. An additional 3 games. 3 college
Let's
football
go.
games. This is to help
Got
the
pick
guys
9?
that are in second, third, and fourth place. Try to narrow that gap and
Me
possibly
go up
take
even more.
Mr. Pick 6. And we couldn't leave out the college football games, especially
Yeah, I
this
heard you,
first one.
Connor. I heard your little smart remark.
What?
Well, what did he say?
He said, "It would help me even more."
Put me up by 9 more. But this is the Orange Bowl, correct? A&M and UNC. I think
I'm
this is
not
the
even
Orange
sure,
Bowl.
honestly.
Beats me.
I'm not even sure.
It does not matter.
Well,
No.
A&M, they were the team that a lot of people thought should have made it, but they
Yeah,
didn't.
Orange Bowl.
So they're playing North Carolina, number 5 versus number 13. Who do you have win this game, Jeff?
A&M.
Albert?
Come on now. We already know what this is. It's A&M. Again, they should have been in the college football playoffs. And I think it's kind of disrespectful for them to be playing such a low team
Hey, they got that win last
UNC.
game.
Huh?
North Carolina got that win that one game.
I don't care. They're number 13. This team is number 5. Like, A&M got a talented roster and definitely a talented quarterback. So they like to move the ball down the field good and they got some good running backs, Isaiah Spiller and Ainish Smith. I don't know how you say his first name, but
Whoa.
Smith. They're definitely gonna take this dub.
I'm going A&M. Go Aggies. Gig 'em.
Okay.
What
Same.
about
It's
you,
not gonna be.
Kai?
It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be close.
Bro, somebody got picked North Carolina.
No,
Well, you do.
North
You got on
Carolina
blue.
could pick them.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ooh,
It is my favorite color, but I'm not doing it.
Do
Let's
it.
go.
Notre Dame versus Alabama. This is the game that will take place at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's the game prior to the Clemson-Ohio State clash. Jeff, who you got?
Easy. Alabama.
Kyron.
I got Alabama.
Albert.
yeah, I got the Crimson Tide. I don't want to say it, but obviously they're undefeated right now for a reason. They killed A&M and every other team that they played. So I got Bama.
I predicted that Ohio State would face Notre Dame in the college football championship a few weeks back.
And you came to your senses.
But I also said that a couple teams would beat Alabama, and that didn't happen. So Notre Dame, you going to the national championship, won't happen either. I'm picking Bama. Now the game that everyone is talking about it and waiting for.
Let's go.
I'm going to go ahead and get my pick out the way. Buckeyes!
Okay.
Well,
Buckeyes.
I am going with Clemson.
Let's go. I got Clemson. We already know. This is
We already know.
best
Yeah.
game.
Let's go.
This is probably going to be even better than the national championship game, low key. But
Oh, for sure.
this is definitely a game to look out for. It's definitely a game to sit there, and I can't wait to live text this in the group chat because I'm like, Dylan, what were you thinking? Why would you pick Ohio State? Like, come on, I can't wait.
Why would you do that? Now you're getting closer to me. You can take second place. Why? Jeff, who do you have?
This game's about to be a landslide. I bet it against Trevor Lawrence once. I ain't gonna do it again. Clemson, baby.
Let's
Y'all must want
go.
Kyron to win. Pick
He
six.
took Clemson too.
It was gonna happen anyway.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
You keep choosing the
not
same
anymore.
team as him.
I'm back, Kyron.
Hey man, this
Well,
is
I'm not
suicide
back.
if you go to
I'm here
Ohio
now.
State.
Yeah, you 5 games back.
So-
no, I don't know how many games.
What'll be different
Like
from this
6.
game from the one that happened last year? Obviously, you think the result will be the same. Clemson walks away with the win. But do you see Clemson getting an early lead and holding on to it? Or do you see it going back and forth at least?
I think it's gonna go back and forth for sure. But I think Clemson. They're gonna know like they got at least Trevor Lawrence is gonna know him as a leader. Like, hey, and the guys that returned from last year, like, hey, we've been through this before. We got to keep that lead and clamp down on defense. Because this team, there's a reason why they're here. Even though if they only play 6 games, there's a reason why they're here. We
Glad you
can't.
gave them credit.
We can't ease up. I mean, they're here. I don't want them to be there, but they're there. So they can't ease up off the pedal. They gotta gas it from beginning to end.
Gassed up. I think it's gonna be a blowout.
No one asked you. Well, I'm gonna stay silent like Ryan Day. He hasn't clapped back at Coach Sweeney, so I'm just gonna let the Buckeyes talent do the talking, and we'll see what happens. Friday night. Albert.
Overrated.
Oh, wait. We're not even getting the pick
Oh.
6 yet. We have numbers don't lie, bro.
Is that a 6 or a 9?
Well, I have 2 people again. Person number 1 and person number 2. And I need you to tell me who you think these 2 people are. Person number 1. So the stats that you see after 36 games below it, that's how many games it took for this person to get those statistics. You have 194 receptions, 2,683 receiving yards, 16 receiving touchdowns, and 11 100-plus receiving yard games. Okay.
This
Person
is
number
college,
2.
correct?
I can't give you any hints yet.
What'd you say, Albert?
I was asking if this was college.
Oh,
21 games it took this person to get these stats. 108 receptions, 978 receiving yards,
Man.
9 receiving touchdowns, and 1 100-plus receiving yard game. So, tell me, fellas, who's person number 1?
hey, can you go back to the stats for?
Jerry Rice.
Oh wait, dang, never mind.
Jerry Rice. Good
Dang.
guess, good guess. Let me know when you want to use one of your hints.
Oh, I'll take a hint though.
He's a current NFL player,
Oh,
so
okay.
he's not
Person number one.
retired.
I should have said that before. Current NFL player. 36 games. How many hits do we get?
So 36 games. So this means it's his second year.
No, not necessarily. He just said it took him 36 games to get that.
That's true.
So he could be like a well-established receiver, or it could be like somebody like Devontae Adams. So I'll put this as Devontae Adams.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Jeff, you want to give it a shot?
36. Oh, that's tough, man. No, I don't know.
I can't even throw a guess out.
Let's go to person 2 then. Albert, you have a guess for this
It's
one?
even worse.
Yeah, this is worse.
Did I get a hit?
Also currently playing in the NFL. Obviously, both are wide receivers. Both are in the AFC. AFC.
AFC.
Oh, this is JuJu.
Which one?
Person 2 is JuJu.
Okay. And person 1?
Can back that.
I said Devontae Adams, but
I
I
don't know
could
who
be
person
wrong.
1 is.
Y'all ready for me to reveal?
Yeah,
Easy do.
could be.
Person 1 is JuJu.
What? He has 1,100 plus receiving.
You want to know who person 2 is?
Yes.
Person 2 is also JuJu.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
So
I
the
knew I
cutoff.
wasn't tripping.
So this happened from his rookie year, 2017, and then the cutoff is 2019 after their game that took place October 14th, 2019. And these stats happened after that week. So after October 14th, these are the games that he's had. And why did I cut it off after that game on October 14th, 2019? You ask? Because that is the day. Well, that's not the day. But October 22nd is when he announced that he created a TikTok account.
Oh yeah.
So my question is, guys, having social media accounts, constantly being active in TikTok, or like for Baker Mayfield being in commercials, does this distract them to the point where it takes away from their game on the field?
I'm gonna say the team was still winning, but they lost like 3 in a row. I don't know, man.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Should NFL players solely focus on football, anything that has to do with football during the season, and stuff like this, extracurricular activities like TikTok, Instagram, anything like that, that should be during the off season?
Nah.
I don't think so.
I mean, go ahead, Jeff.
So it really all just comes down to the person. Now, like Kyron said, the team was still winning. JuJu, well, his numbers did like slip, but
he just had a bigger target on his back.
Yeah. See, it's just like the way he did, like these past couple games, the way he did his TikToks, being disrespectful and dancing on the logo. You don't do that stuff, man, unless you're like Terrell Owens, because he was going crazy.
Yeah.
But to do that like pre-game, and then like it just adds like NFL players already come into the game like amped up, so you don't try to give them extra motivation.
Exactly.
And that's what he did, and they took L's both times.
The first time that he did it, I was like, okay, cool. He could have just been dancing. Honestly, you do it the second time,
You
and
got
the third
100
time.
yards, bro.
Yeah,
You
you
can
don't
do
just
it
race to the
anywhere
middle
else.
of
You
the
don't do
No.
it on the middle.
You could do it in the locker room. You could do it on your way
Exactly.
to the game. But when you do it midfield on
That's an
the
obvious
opposing
statement.
team's logo,
Mhm.
that's sacred. You just don't do that. And the difference between him and Terrell Owens is Terrell Owens, he fed off of that. When he knew that
Exactly.
he got to you and your blood was boiling, he knew he had you mentally. And the sport of football is 99% mental and the rest is physical. So Juju, I don't think he's that type of dog. He don't have that dog in him like T.O.
Mhm.
He's not
No.
from that era. So, like Albert said, when you do stuff like this to piss off the other team, and also to Kyron's point, you have a target on your back now. Like those defenders, every time you touch the ball, they're trying to knock your head off,
And he
trying to
got knocked by
decapitate you.
somebody.
And that's
Yeah, he
exactly
did
what
get
happened
knocked
in
out.
that Cincy game.
Mm-hmm.
I think, like Jeff said, it depends on the player, but I think all players should really take heed, look at the best players, and see. They're not worried about social media during the season because they're worried about being the best they could be. That time that you're on social media, you could be studying the film, you could be studying your routes, you could be taking time to do something or more than worried about social media, because think about how this toxic culture started in Pittsburgh was with social media with Antonio Brown. And
Mhm.
you had two great receivers, Antonio Brown and Juju. And this one, Juju was really coming up. He was getting legs beneath him, and people started, take notice of his name. And after it seems like really after AV left, Juju, he got promoted to number one receiver, but he's not that guy. And that's why his number's been, down for the last 21 games, because he's worried about everything else besides being the best receiver that he can be.
And he got announced to the media that he won't dance anymore.
You have to get him popped.
Yep.
Do you think he's getting a little bit too much heat though, because of the consecutive losses and the fact that he put extra attention on himself? You think he deserves this criticism, or do you think he's just a scapegoat? He's just the it's easy to put it on him since he is everywhere right now.
Definitely easy to put it on him. I don't just think it's a scapegoat, man. It's a team game. It's not like he's has the whole team on his back.
I mean, it's not a coincidence that the 2 games that you lose is because you danced on the logo. One of them, you got your head chopped off.
It's bigger than that, though. That's a small part. I mean, he can't. He's not the one that's throwing it. So sometimes,
Exactly.
quarterbacks do lead receivers and running backs into like blind sides. So you gotta. I think he's more of a scapegoat in this situation, because Pittsburgh problems isn't just on Juju. Juju's performance has been 21 games as we've seen. So the last 2 games, 19 games, his performance has still been bad. So it's a mixture of the team performance and the coaching and all that mixed together. But it's easier to place the blame on Juju when he's, doing antics like this.
Now,
I
did
mean,
they
but
lose every game like when he danced on the logo, or did they win some of those games too?
no, they lost.
Yeah. So this is what Jerry
All of
Jeudy said. Broncos rookie wide receiver. He tweeted this. He said, "Prime example on how the media turn on you. Man been doing it all year. Since they lost 3 straight, now it's a problem.
Tell you.
LOL. Ish crazy."
Oh, he been doing it all year.
Yeah, I'm like they went in when he was doing it. It's like I don't know.
If this is not something new, do you feel different about it, Jeff?
Yeah. I mean, I know he like he always does the pregame like, TikTok videos, whatever, but this is the only time I've seen it like on the logo. But has he always been doing it on the logo?
That I'm not sure. That's some good research though. Because you would think if even if they were winning, that's a big deal in sports. That's like an unwritten rule that it would be mentioned somewhere.
Yeah.
Stephen A would go on a rant about it for about 15 minutes, and Max would
Yeah, but if you're
say the
winning
opposite.
and you're doing it on the logo, it's not. I see it as like you earned that because you're winning.
It would still be top news though. People would
would,
be
yeah.
talking about it. So
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's interesting. I think the Steelers have way bigger problems than JuJu and being on TikTok, maybe more than Mike Tomlin wants
do
him
they
to.
though?
yes, what do you mean? They started
they
off
have problems?
strong.
Yeah, they started off strong and now they lost 3 in a row. Like,
But why though?
it's also at the end of the season. Like, does it really matter?
It does.
Yeah, because wouldn't you rather be hot at the second half of the season rather than the first half?
I mean, yeah,
when
but
you're about to play games that actually matter.
Exactly.
well, every game matters. But
No, they do.
I don't know. Like, I just don't see. Like, yeah, it's better to be hot on the second half of the season, but I mean,
Or they just like secured their spot and just started coasting. I don't know.
yeah,
I feel that way too. I think the guys were thinking that they already had the Lombardi trophy and like their possession, where JuJu started feeling himself a little bit too much. Now, hey, we're undefeated. I'm gonna start. Well, I don't know if when he started they were still undefeated, but we're in first place in the AFC, or we're in second place in the AFC. We have one of the best defenses. I'm feeling myself. Well, y'all ain't gonna beat us anyway, so let me just be disrespectful and dance on your logo. Maybe I can't get inside his head, so I don't know why he was doing it. I'm sure he was doing it for just views on TikTok, but I feel like some of the guys thought that they already had it in the bag, and now they've been humbled these last couple of weeks, even though they did get an impressive win against Indy. But even then, that was I think they were down by a good chunk there at the beginning. But yeah, there's some concerns. Running game is awful. Deontay Johnson, he drops balls. Mapletron hasn't showed up in about 5 years. Eric Ebron's dropping everything. Defensive players are dropping like flies. So there's more to it than just JuJu. But JuJu, he just took the straight bullet because of right place, wrong time.
Facts.
Steelers versus the Browns. This isn't an important game for the Steelers. Big Ben is actually sitting out for this one. Guess who's playing?
Yeah, I've seen that. That's funny.
Mason Rudolph. You know what happened the last time Mason Rudolph faced the Cleveland Browns?
Boy got his head dented.
Myles Garrett got his helmet and started swinging. So since Big Ben isn't playing, they'll probably sit out most of their starters for the majority of this game. Do you think the Browns win it?
I do.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns in this one.
If they don't win and they don't make it to the playoffs, is it time to move on from Baker?
No.
I don't think they're going
It's
to.
too quick.
Baker's actually been playing pretty well ever since Odell got injured.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks to say that, but I mean, I feel like they finally kind of figured it out. Less is more. I mean, rely on their running game. So as long as they can run the football, which may be difficult against Pittsburgh, but as long as they can do that and keep Baker on the move, because that's when he's at his best, when he's on the run. He throws so well on the run. I feel like they'll be able to get this victory. So no need to move on from Baker. And plus, it's the Browns, so you haven't made the playoffs in so many years. So hey, what's the rush?
Yeah, I got the
rush?
Browns taking this one.
The rush is you're an organization, and your organization does better when you win. And you haven't been to the playoffs since like 2007.
Yeah,
time to go.
they also haven't had a record like this. So like they're slowly progressing since they had Baker there. So I mean,
So
if
the
you don't
fact that
make
they
it
have a
this year,
winning record is, oh well, let's hang it up, boys. On the next
no,
year.
obviously you want to try to make it to the playoffs, but if you don't, like, I don't think it's something to like, oh, let's get rid of Baker. Oh, like, nah, bro, y'all been trash for so long. Like, y'all are lucky that y'all have Baker Mayfield and are even like in this position to try to make the playoffs.
That's true.
I feel that. I'm going with Cleveland too. Next game, Dolphins and Bills, AFC East showdown. Dolphins need this one.
They need it.
Yeah, they need it to punch their ticket into the playoffs to get into the postseason.
Well,
Yeah.
too bad they not
Exactly.
getting it.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Is everyone on the Bills playing?
I think so. I haven't seen anything about them sitting their starters like Josh Allen or Stephon Diggs. It seems like they're playing.
Then I'm going with the Bills. I was about to change my pick, but I was like, nah, ain't no way in heck.
And I'm going with the Dolphins.
Oh,
This is what the
man.
Dolphins do. They beat the Patriots last year when the Patriots were a good team. They had
That's
Tom
true.
Brady, and they won the last week. This is what the Dolphins do. They always win the last game. And Fitzmagic, I think he will start because they need that veteran presence, and he
true.
is going to use his magic fairy dust to get 5 TDs and win the game. So I'm going with the Dolphins.
That's a good point.
No.
Thank you.
That's a good point.
MVP Aaron Rodgers versus the Bears. I think this will help him his case for MVP because he's facing a good defensive squad in Chicago. Chicago, they need this game as well because they're actually on the inside. The Cardinals got booted out. So if the Bears win, the Cardinals are out. Now, if the Bears lose and the Cardinals win, and the Cardinals are in. But anyway, there's so many different scenarios. But I picked the Packers. Who do you guys pick?
Packs.
I got Packers.
Now, this one right here, I changed my picks 5 times. And I'm glad we didn't record when we thought we were because I would have picked the Rams because it was uncertain that Kyler Murray was going to start, but they ruled him as they gave him the green light, so he's a go. Now, Jared Goff is out because of he suffered a broken thumb against Seattle, and he had thumb surgery, so he's not playing at all. He's inactive. So I'm going with the Cardinals. I think they win it.
Yeah, they're gonna win that game.
Definitely, I got the Cardinals taking this one.
Same. I thought you hit me with a surprise game. I was over here looking at the notes. I was like, wait, I don't see this game.
Isn't it crazy? The Rams, as far as probability to make it to postseason, they were like 99.9. And now if they lose this game, they're most likely out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now, I was talking about Baker Mayfield, but same question for Jared Goff.
Hey,
if this continues to happen, do you move on?
He's out of there.
He's out of there?
Yeah, bro. Like, so they made it to the Super Bowl, what was it, like 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And
it seemed like,
it seemed like even at the Super Bowl, it seemed like that stage was too bright for him. He looked like a deer caught in headlights. But basically, Sean McVay, like I guess that tandem, it kind of covered his flaws a little bit. But now it's just like, I guess the NFL figured it out, or I don't know what's going on. But Jared Goff's just been complete. Like, he's just been a whole different guy. Granted, they're not like all their players like are gone.
Yeah,
that
they
had
traded some people.
Yeah.
But does that also expose him? The fact that he doesn't have the weapons that he had on that Super Bowl runner-up squad?
Yeah. I mean, he's a decent quarterback, but yeah, I mean, he doesn't really have the weapons. Cooper Kupp is MIA.
Yeah, they definitely fell off a lot over the last couple of years.
Yeah,
They don't even look like the same team at all.
No,
It's
they
not.
don't.
That's what happens
And
when you try to buy your way to the championship.
that's true. That's why I don't get like these teams are up and moving. Like you have to earn something before you can get all these fancy things. Like there's no way I'm gonna give you a new stadium, new team logo, new anything before you like prove something to the city, prove something to the fans.
This is the last game of the regular season. They flexed this game to prime time. You have Washington versus Philadelphia.
Mm.
My heart, I don't know if I could take it. Because first, I have to go through the Giants versus Cowboys game. Then if my Cowboys win, our fate, our destiny lies in the hands of Philadelphia.
Mm.
We smacked
Sounds
you
like-
last week.
Sounds
Well,
like the
we
same as
need
last
you.
year.
Yep.
To win for us.
Mm.
Oh man, I'm already stressing out already. I don't even want to think about it. But you also know who I pick because I can't go with the other team. So Eagles, I'm a fan of yours. I might wear your jersey Sunday night. Go Eagles.
You got an Eagles jersey?
No, but I'm gonna go buy one. I'll make it.
That's a tough situation to be in.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Because I'm going to Washington.
Oh no, you didn't. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going with the Eagles.
Let's go.
And I have Fly
this.
Eagles Fly.
Yeah. That's what I'm
Let's
talking about.
go.
Kyle, you're a hater, man. All
For
this time, we've been thinking that Jeff's been hating on you. Albert's been hating on you. But it's really because you probably hated on them first.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, this game right here. This won't be easy.
No, it won't.
Never easy playing the Giants. But of course, I got my boys. I'm riding with you. Let's go. I still have
Let's
my
go.
hotel reserved, ready for me. Super Bowl, Tampa. Let's go.
My ears.
Well, I can't be a hater because I'm picking the Cowboys.
Yeah, but you're still a hater because even if we win and you pick Washington to win and they actually win, it doesn't matter. We go home either way.
I mean, it don't. Because I'm staying with Washington on the other pick.
I got the Cowboys.
That's what I'm talking about, Jeff.
Well, hate to break it to you. But I got the Cowboys. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, sir, Ski. I had something to share with y'all. Trying to find it. It was something that another fellow Cowboys fan sent me. Basically, this post, it was from DeMarcus Ware.
Mm.
I don't know if he made it, but he reposted it. But Cowboys, great. This post basically just tells you, it gives you a breakdown of the necessary steps that the Cowboys need to make to the Super Bowl, and it's really easy. So I'm gonna list the steps for you.
What we got?
Cowboys' path to Super Bowl number 6. Beat the Giants. Easy money. Have Eagles beat Washington. Easy money. They're at home. Alex Smith isn't 100%. He's rushing back because Dwayne Haskins got cut, and that other guy, Heineke, he's not an NFL quarterback. He should stay at Wake Forest. Number 3, beat Tom Brady. Easy money. He's only won 6 Super Bowls. Beat Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Easy money because we never played in the snow before. So when we do, we'll be just fine.
What the hell?
Beat Drew Brees in New Orleans. They probably won't have all their fans in New Orleans. Most likely they won't. So you won't have to worry about all the noise because they have some of the best fans.
Who that?
So that's easy money. We beat them in New Orleans. And where does
I like
that
how you
take us?
saying this is easy money though.
It takes us to the Super Bowl. And who might we face? Patrick Mahomes. So that's right. You got it. Beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. It's that easy. 2021 Super Bowl champions, Dallas Cowboys. I said it here first.
Sorry to break it to you, but that path to the Super Bowl is not easy at all.
At all.
Oh man.
So, beat Tom Brady. Well,
Hey
we
man,
out there.
that was all the way up on the list.
Yeah, the Cowboys are gonna make it past Tom Brady.
Oh, you better than me because I stopped on the first one.
Hey, you picked the Cowboys to beat the Giants.
Oh, okay. But the Washington, that was the second one.
Let's go.
The original.
Welcome back to another edition of the Original, where I keep it real. Original, never duplicated, often imitated, but never replicated. Now,
Ours.
How long it take you to come up with that one?
hey, I just came off the dome. I could have spit a quick 16 for y'all, but I didn't want to do it. So
Thank you.
the story the story of the NBA this year is obviously what's going on in Houston. You got James Harden, basically not showing up to training camp or showing up when he wants, putting others at risk with safety, especially with this pandemic going on, and showing up overweight. But he still comes out, dropping points and buckets. But we all know that that the town is getting ready for them to replace him. They already got rid of their general manager and their coach. So and Russell Westbrook. So it's only a matter of time for them to get rid of James Harden, offload him for some more players. Now, Jeffrey said the other day that James Harden isn't going anywhere. And I asked him why. Jeffrey, do you want to elaborate on that before I go to my conclusion of why James Harden is getting traded?
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere because I can see the future. I guarantee. He's already speaking highly of his coach, Mr. Silas. That's how you say his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. A young black brother.
Alrighty then.
He ain't going anywhere.
Gotta give up too many pieces for it, man. It's not finna happen.
And
Oh.
exactly. Also, these other GMs, they don't want, he's not gonna fit anywhere. So he might as well just stay where he at. He ain't going nowhere.
That's what y'all think. But the prediction here, Original, the new year, new episode, coming with straight facts. James Harden is getting traded to the Celtics. Let's go.
Oh boy.
No way.
They whole
Yes.
No
starting
how.
five?
Yes.
That is nasty and not in a good way. I do not want to see that.
One of the trades, there's like 5 different, trades that's
no.
out here for the Celtics and the Rockets. And this is the best one I found, right? The Celtics, they're going to get James Harden, PJ Tucker, and Ben McLemore, right?
Whoa.
Now you're saying, who would the Rockets get? Now you would think they would give up a lot of people to get James Harden, but no, it's not going to happen. They're going to get rid of Marcus Smart, Kemba Walker, and 3 first-round picks.
Now why?
All the while, the Celtics is going to keep the rising stars of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
And in whose right mind? Who do y'all think Houston's GM is? A dog? Ain't no way a human in his right mind with a developed brain that knows anything about sports is only taking 3 draft picks and Marcus Smart and a broken down Kemba Walker.
Well, they're getting rid of the agent PJ Tucker. I mean, Kemba Walker is. I mean, it's obviously Harden is better than Smart and Walker, but they're getting rid of PJ Tucker and they're getting rid of a decent guards, Macklemore. Um, and they're getting 3 first-round picks. I mean, that's enough to rebuild your team because you're not going to build around John Wall, especially with those injuries and DeMarcus Cousins. So it's a matter of time to start. It's time to start rebuilding now. You know, offload that contract, get some first round picks. This is the best situation that your team has because he's gonna keep showing up every day. He's gonna keep contaminating their culture. On the outside now, he's like, okay, yeah, I like this coach and all this stuff, but we all know over his antics over the last 3-4 weeks that he doesn't want to be there. So you want to just keep having a player there that's really not giving his all, his 110% a night, or you just want to start over and get some first round picks. So you're already looking forward to the next round, or the NBA draft next season. So, I mean, this is a no brainer. So expect this deal to happen before the trade deadline, and I'm out.
Boy, heck no.
Celtics are not getting rid of Marcus Smart. Mark my
No,
words.
sir.
You don't think they'll get rid of Marcus Smart?
No.
They
You're
don't
getting
need
rid of
him.
your best
Too
defender
much defense.
for a guy that doesn't
don't
play
need him.
defense.
They don't need him.
No sense. And then also James Harden's gonna stunt Jason Tatum's growth.
They don't
And
care.
Jalen
They
Brown,
want
who's
a
out there
championship.
balling.
They don't care. They want a championship. They just seen the Lakers.
No, the
You
Rockets.
definitely not gonna win a championship with James Harden.
The Rockets
just
are
seen-
not going to
They're not
care
even getting
what.
out of the East.
They just seen the Lakers win a championship. Do you
That's
think
with
they're going to sit here
AD.
and wait more time to go back and win another championship? It's the Celtics. They need another banner up there. They're not
James
used to
Harden
losing.
Is not the answer to your problems.
Not at all.
So they're not getting rid of him. They don't care what that man do. They seem like they care, but they don't.
Yeah, y'all tripping. Y'all are
This is
tripping.
probably the worst take from the original.
This is
All
the
right.
worst trade in NBA history, and it's not even real.
Mark my words. Mark my words.
All right.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, you were
It's
wrong
not.
with your first prediction with Melo, and
Yeah, I
your
was.
second one definitely isn't happening because D Book is not getting traded before the trade deadline. So I don't really know how I feel about this one. Well, actually, I do because I'm with Jeff and Kyrie. He's not going anywhere because teams don't want to give up too much. That first game, I did think, I was like, man, that man done dropped 44. Like, he made himself look really valuable.
Mhm.
That's gonna
All right,
have.
if I was
That's
a
how the
GM
cookie gonna crumble.
If I was a GM, I would create a few trade packages for him. But then on the other hand, Christian Wood, have y'all been seeing that man?
Mhm.
I Eric Gordon, I don't know if I said this on here or if I just said it via text or something, but I was on Eric Gordon's head when he said that Christian Wood is our AD. He is. He's a great player. This man can put the ball between his legs, get past guys that are defending him that are definitely, if you're bigger than him, he's definitely getting past you. James Harden uses him as if he's his AD. James Harden takes off a few possessions. I'm going to drop a little dime to you in the paint, let you handle it there, young man. Easy money, easy baskets, hook shot, and ones, lob city. So I think Christian Wood will be the reason why James Harden at least rides this year out in H-Town. There won't be any transactions.
Y'all wrong.
None.
Now,
No, Albert, you're wrong.
when has the last time a superstar has sat here and acted in this certain behavior and he stayed where he was?
Because the team didn't let him
Kobe
do
Bryant.
it. The team is letting him do it.
No, it's no, but exactly. They're letting them do it for like they don't really have a choice. See, they already gave him all this leverage. They already let him control the team. They already let them send Russell Westbrook away, the coach, the GM. Like
Russell's going away regardless.
there's no way that he's staying in this. They're leaving him in this culture. Every NBA superstar that has been said to leave, Anthony Davis, LeBron, like Melo, like all these people that they've acted a certain way or it's been like a high profile case, they got rid of them. So it's just another case.
I'm trying to tell you, man, Christian Wood, this is the first time that James Harden, during his tenure with the Rockets, has had a guy that's a big man that doesn't clog the paint, that can get outside, shoot from the perimeter, shoot from the three-point line, and can also play defense and get boards on the offensive and defensive side.
You forgot about Dwight Howard.
See,
Wait,
this is
shoot,
why
what you
this is
talking
why I don't take the original seriously.
Man, I'm telling y'all gonna mark. I'm gonna just sit back.
All he gotta do is drop 40 points again, and they gonna back off, and then he gonna do something else, and they gonna be on him. He gonna drop 50, they gonna back off again.
They don't care about him dropping points. They're already speaking behind the closed doors. You could drop as much points as you want. They do not care. It's a business. They would trade you in a heartbeat.
There's no way the Rockets are trading James Harden to the Celtics and not getting at least Jaylen Brown in return. It's not happening.
No.
It's not happening.
Oh, I thought I got a notification real quick.
Yeah, that's your ESPN app telling you, Albert,
LeBron.
that ain't happening.
It's not happening at all.
Nope.
Da-na-na, da-na-na. You're canceled.
Man, haters. Like
always
Zero
enjoy it.
said, haters got me wrong.
Well, that was the original. And also, that's a wrap for episode 32. Again, Happy New Year to everyone. 2021. We all hope that this one is a lot better for you this year, that all the goals that you're pursuing, that they either come true or you're one step closer this year. And anything else you guys want to add before we sign off?
We just need you guys to do 3 things.
Oh, only 3.
Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, guys. Join the ties.
Do it.
Keep them things strong all the time. 2021 is going to be a good year.
For sure.
Need you guys to smash that like button. Give it a thumbs up. Help us with that YouTube algorithm. Let's get Pod Ties popping for 2021.
Yes, sir.
And last but not least,
You introduce a guy.
that bell. I need you to destroy it. So you can be notified every time we post a new video every Wednesday and Friday.
Straight
Yeah.
heat.
X.
Fire.
Download Pod Ties on these digital streaming platforms. We have Apple Podcasts,
Yo.
Google Podcasts,
That too.
iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Stitcher, Spotify, TuneIn, and so much more. Probably more for the new year. We're probably gonna have even more DSPs that we'll be on. So there's several more ways that you can listen to Pod Ties. So make sure to keep an eye and an ear out for those. And once again, thanks for the support. We'll see you next time. Keep them ties strong. I'm Dylan. That's Jeff. That's Albert. And that's the one, the only, Kyron. Peace, Podsters.
We out.
I'm be leading next week.
You're gonna be leaning next week. What?
I'm gonna be leading.